Guys, I just got back from testing the long-range rear-wheel drive Zeekr 7X. That's the model I initially ordered, yeah, on the day of the launch. Literally right after the launch prices were revealed. I couldn't believe the price. Comes with a 100 kilowatt hour battery. So I just went, yep, that's what I'm going to get. Well, 64,000 Australian dollars. Then I flew to Adelaide with my boys, Jack and Cal, to test drive the Zeekr 7X rear-wheel drive long range, so the model that I ordered, and also then to test drive the Zeekr 7X all-wheel drive. Hey guys, we're about to test drive the 7X green all-wheel drive. Very exciting. Jump in. All right, boys, that's an electric door, so you can just press a button on it. So you can just push a button and it'll close.
Also the one.
How much space you got there for your legs? Heaps of space. All right, boys. Press the button, opens the door. You get. Now that model's more expensive. It's $9,000 more expensive, but it does get a whole bunch of other features. And after my test drive, I cancelled my order and changed it to the all-wheel drive version, the one that costs another $9,000. Now, for that extra $9,000, I think you're getting about $20,000 worth of value. And after having driven the cars, for me, I had to have the all-wheel drive. It's the best value performance car. In fact, probably the best value car I've ever driven. And for those of you wondering, how many cars have you driven? What are you talking about? Because I've got a few of those comments in social media. I've test driven around 40 different electric cars in the last 2 years. Probably more than the average person, I'd imagine. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans, and you're about to see me test driving the Zeekr 7X all-wheel drive on gravel around a pretty cool gravel track, actually.
Yep.
So here I'm guessing you put the suspension a bit higher or something?
I'd go very high.
Okay.
I found that very comfortable. So very high.
Okay. Let's just try it in this setting first. See how this feels.
And you've got sport dampers on the moment, so this will be the stiffest it goes.
So guys, we're in sport, everything. Except for suspension is the very high setting. So that raises it to about 230 millimeters, is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Which is actually about as high as some cars that are like a Subaru Forester, cars that are more intended for off-roading. So from the videos that I've seen in China, the off-roading ability is actually really good.
It is very, very good.
Yeah.
We took it here to the four-wheel drive park and did all of our green sectors and our blue sectors, which are quite aggressive, even with a purpose-built four-wheel drive.
Yeah, really.
So this handled it quite well. Obviously, its only downfall was the road tyres.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. I went around that corner. I tried to get to lose traction. It just wouldn't. The traction control just kicked right in.
And this being the twin engine and the four-wheel drive, it's good. It's very good with its engine stability. Yeah, so it vectors power to different wheels.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could feel it when we were on the four-wheel drive track. It would power up one more than the other, and vice versa.
Which helps with traction.
Yeah, big time.
Understeery on that corner.
I reckon that was a bit more of the tyre.
Oh, you reckon? Okay. Yeah.
So that's when we had on the four-wheel drive track. Obviously, the limiting factor off-road is the tyre.
The tyres.
This is probably the most off-roading you'll do in something like this, an unsealed road in the country somewhere.
And also on a test track. It's like a track that Mitsubishi used to use to develop, and when they actually manufactured their cars, they'd test them on this track. We put it back into, let's put it back into sport mode. Can you see?
Yep. So damping mode sport, we'll go back to low. Yep.
So let's go back to the driving. Okay, sport, strong regen braking. Can you do full regen? Is the regen strong enough, do you think, to do full one pedal driving?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
It doesn't feel as strong as some cars.
Yeah.
Suspension height, low. All right, we're in all the settings that I'd probably normally use it on.
Yeah.
Ready, boys? We're gonna go fast. Pretty fast, eh, Cal?
Yeah.
You think Kobe and Harvey will be a bit scared?
Yeah.
Car right.
Yeah. Just realised that it was actually a
Public road.
public road. I thought it wasn't.
So this here is, we're getting onto the old Mitsubishi test track now.
Okay.
You have a little bit of same kind of thing with curbs on the bitumen.
And on a straight. So I tested the performance first. We did a 0 to 100 time. It took 4.2 seconds. You will see that in the video.
Won't go much more than 100, but
Okay, mate. No worries. I'll just see what
Yep.
I can do. Thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check on your. You got an app there that can tell us what speed we're going 0 to 100. Is that it?
I'll just do a lap time of how
Laptop. Okay.
lap we do. How many seconds we go to 100.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Yep. 4.3 seconds.
Okay. And then I did some hard driving. I did a brake test, going for about 130 kilometers an hour, slammed on the brakes as hard as I could. You guys ready on the brake? Oh, that was actually really good.
And the ABS is not aggressive.
That was, guys, that brake wasn't aggressive at all.
No, yeah.
That was good.
I didn't really feel like it even kicked in.
So normally you get that thumping through the pedal.
You do,
This
yeah.
is very smooth. Yeah, they've done a good job.
I'm surprised. It must have been a combination of regen and
Yeah.
normal braking to go out the brake like that, I
Yeah,
reckon.
I'd say
And it's
so.
not a light vehicle.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
No.
No, they've done a really good job with these.
Maybe we should just see
Yeah.
if these guys want to.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, why did this car is big? It's a big and it's a pretty heavy car. It's all-wheel drive. It's got a 100 kilowatt hour battery. It's heavy. And I was thinking to myself, this car shouldn't stop that quickly. I got out of the car, had a really good look at the brakes, and it's got Akebono calipers. It's got proper performance brakes. Very, very big, proper 4-piston calipers. So that was one thing that I think wasn't talked about when Zeekr first revealed the cars. And Zeekr said, hey, if you get the long range rear wheel drive, you're going to get all these features standard, really, really good. If you get the long range all wheel drive, right, you're going to get extra stuff like air suspension, leather seats, really some other cool stuff, yeah? And of course, an extra motor in the front as well. It's a significant deal. But they didn't mention anything about the brakes. So I thought, I think the all-wheel drive could be a bit under-braked. But when I test drove it, it was not under-braked. It was really good. And I mean, I test drove it and I got on those brakes. I don't know, I think someone came with me or see him in the car. And he's actually a really cool guy. He's done a lot of race car driving. And you've done a bit of race car driving?
Yeah, so 26 years.
Wow, 26 years.
Yeah,
What cars?
all sorts of cars. So now I mainly just do more driver training and
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Yeah. Cool.
Getting on a bit,
Yeah.
Can't do race car driving forever.
Have
I
you
still enjoy racing. I still race a bit,
Oh, do you?
a couple of times a year.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
What races do you do?
Mainly production car racing, so like touring cars. stuff
Oh,
like that.
touring cars,
Yeah,
okay.
So mainly the older classic kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing a little bit of open wheeler stuff now as well.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, it's fun. I kind of enjoy the coaching side more now. So
Okay.
getting other people
Yeah.
up to speed and
Okay.
yeah, giving them the
Just
tips and
reminds me,
tricks.
so you're like Mark Webber coaching?
Yeah,
coaching.
that's right. Yeah, not the same caliber, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Have you given this a go?
Yeah, I did the other week. Oh, during the week when we were setting up at the the drag strip up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the drag strip you had to go?
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
a big bitumen area there, so
No times on the drag strip?
promise, no.
Okay.
We'll just muck it around.
It'd be good to time it, wouldn't it? It'd be interesting to see
very quick. It's
what the
definitely
quarter mile would be.
quarter mile, yeah, would be interesting.
Yeah.
0 to 100 in this, I believe, is just over 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3.8 or something.
Yeah,
so,
3.8.
so, and in China, they just released a new version last night with an extra 100 kilowatt.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Same car,
Yep, yep.
an extra 150 horsepower. So it's quite a difference.
That is,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and a TV at the back. That's true, Cal, and a fridge. And I think you can order a fridge on this one.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the 009's definitely got a fridge, the van.
Yeah, we used that. It was great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So was a sticker on the front for it? It said development car or something.
Yeah, this is an engineering car.
Engineering car.
So, yeah, pre-production.
Will this basically be the same as the ones on the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's why this one's got the faux door handles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So right now, what have you got the suspension settings
This is
in?
all on standard.
Standard. Okay.
Yeah, completely standard. So what we can do, this is actually old Mitsubishi test track up here.
Okay. Yep.
So we can go off-road as well.
Yep.
So we can raise the suspension, we can try it from standard to comfort,
Okay.
and then you'll completely feel the difference of how the shockers soften up and take the bumps a bit better. We've got a bit of a straight line part up there, we'll give it a little bit of a squirt.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be good. When you get in the car, does it automatically lower like the 009 does?
You have to select it through it will leave the settings.
Whatever
how
settings
you
you're in.
have.
And
Yeah.
yeah. You would think, right, that lowering it would give you better efficiency.
You'd think so, with the aero for sure.
Yeah.
It comes up actually with a warning on the dash saying be careful that it's full low, that you don't bottom out on anything.
Okay.
I believe it doesn't go that low. So acceleration standard, everything's standard
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay. Standard. Okay. Air suspension standard. Let's go. Sport. Regen braking. Strong. Whoa. Woo. Is that fast, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And he was shocked by how long the brakes had lasted. A few people before me had tested the car as well.
ABS is not
That was,
aggressive.
guys, that braking wasn't aggressive
Yeah.
at all.
No, yeah.
That was good.
I didn't really feel like it even kicked in.
So normally you get that thumping through the pedal.
You do,
This
yeah.
is very smooth. Yeah, they've done a good job.
I'm surprised. It must be a combination of regen and
Yeah.
normal braking to be able to brake like that, I
Yeah,
reckon.
I'd say
And it's
so.
not a light vehicle.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
No.
No, they've done a really good job with these.
Maybe we should just see
Yeah.
if these guys want to.
Yeah, yeah.
And the brakes just felt like there was zero fade. I still thinking to myself, how is this possible? So I've changed my order. Now, what were my takeaways? Well, unfortunately, I wasn't really able to test I used one pedal driving. Does it actually have one pedal driving ability? Honestly, I don't think so. I think that you will have to use the brakes sometimes. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll be able to use the one pedal, but it's not really strong enough. It's not as strong as the one pedal braking in, for example, a Tesla. So even though technically there is that feature on this touchscreen, you can actually select one pedal driving. Let's try that. Let's see if that's okay. One pedal
Only
driving,
One time with me.
strong
Not-
regen. Yeah, that's what I'd probably want to have. Everything's in sport. Centering alert. I need that. Link to gear. Let's link to gear. It doesn't quite, in my opinion, have quite enough power for all situations to actually 100% be one pedal driving. For some situations it will, for others I don't think it will. Now, the truth is this is a pre-production car. That may change. That may change in the actual production cars. I don't know. The other thing I didn't get to test was how good are the ADAS features, the automated cruise control. How good is it actually? How well does it work? Zeekr said to me, assured me that it's better than the ADAS on their other cars. But the truth is, the roads I tested it on, there wasn't really any cars around, and there wasn't really a situation where I could properly test those features. So I'll have to let you know when I actually pick up the car in a few weeks' time. Should be about 3 or 4 weeks when I actually get the car. Probably by the time you view this video in 3 weeks. I'll do a separate video very, very quickly showing you how well those features actually work. However, the big thing I noticed was with the Zeekr all-wheel drive, The performance was, of course, great. I didn't quite match the performance times. I did 4.2 seconds, 0 to 100, but it should be able to do 3.8. I don't know if that's because the battery was down at about 75%. Not sure, but still good performance. Really, really good. But for me, it wasn't so much the performance that I thought was impressive. It was how well it handled and cornered. And I think the air suspension is better than what people thought it would be. It's a single piston or single chamber air suspension, I should say. And some of the better air suspension systems use dual chambers. But this one with a single chamber performed as good as any that I've ever tested before. It's very, very flat on corners. It's really good at the same time with its continuously variable dampers at really absorbing a lot of shock from the road. So when I actually got out of the long range rear wheel drive, which does not have air suspension.
The suspension does feel a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more rigid and
Yeah, a little bit more rigid, yeah.
this is not as compliant as the other one.
Yeah, it's a little bit more bouncy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just that, I guess they've just picked a damper setting that's kind of mid-range.
Yeah. This does have some kind of damper control or something. CCS,
Electrical it would
constantly,
do. Yeah.
Constantly something damping.
Yeah, it would be electrical.
I'm going to try and work out how that works.
I'd say it will be through the ECU that just kind of does it as it goes.
Okay, got into the long range all-wheel drive. I noticed an instant difference in the car's ability to dampen the road shocks and the vibrations, which you barely noticed in the all-wheel drive, even in sports setting. I put it in sports setting.
Let's go. Sport. Regen braking. Strong. Whoa! Woo! Is that fast, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Just here. So guys, we're in sport, everything. Except for suspension is the very high setting. So that raises it to about 230 millimeters, is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Which is actually about as high as some cars that are like a Subaru Forester, cars that are more intended for off-roading. So from the videos that I've seen in China, the off-roading ability is actually really good.
It is very, very good.
Yeah.
We took it here to the four-wheel drive park. It did all of our green sectors and our blue sectors, which are quite aggressive, even with a purpose-built four-wheel drive.
Yeah, really.
So this handled it quite well. Obviously, its only downfall was the road tyres.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Even in this sports setting, it does feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, too much traction control. Couldn't get it loose.
Because honestly, all cars with air suspension, if you don't drive them in sports setting, they're usually very wafty and uncomfortable, and they make me feel nauseous. So every car that I've tested, the air suspension, you've got to put it in sports setting. If you actually test the car and it's not with air suspension, it's not in sports setting, you're going to walk away thinking it's not that good. That's usually what has happened in my experience talking to other people. And I said to them, "Did you try it in sport?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "But you're criticizing the suspension. You haven't actually tried it in the setting that it should be in." So in the sport mode, it's very good at actually absorbing vibrations from the road, very comfortable. But the handling was fantastic, almost no body roll, going very, very quickly around corners.
It's very capable on an unsealed road.
Yeah.
Plenty of grip.
It does feel like there's a lot of grip, doesn't it? Yeah. It's a bit understeery on that corner.
I reckon that was a bit more of the tyre.
Oh, you reckon? Okay.
Yeah. So that's when we had on the four-wheel drive track. Obviously, the limiting factor off-road is the tyre.
The tyres.
This is probably the most off-roading you'll do in something like this, an unsealed road in the country somewhere.
So I'm going to take it to the track. I think it's that kind of car where you could have some fun. Even though it's big and heavy, I think you'd have a lot of fun at the track. Now, when I say the air suspension was incredibly good at soaking up bumps, it was. And when I say that, I drove it on gravel. I drove it on bumpy roads, and it was extremely comfortable on both the actual coarse bitumen, on corners where there was some bumps on mid-corner, on the gravel. It was fantastic.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's fun.
and you'll feel the dampers really soften up. It's a lot softer, isn't it now? Yeah.
Right now we're in the comfort mode, I think. Well, interesting. I went around that corner. I tried to get to lose traction. It just wouldn't. The traction control just kicked right in.
And this being the twin engine and the four-wheel drive, it's good. It's very good with its engine stability. Yeah. So vectors power to different wheels.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could feel it when we're on the four-wheel drive track. It would power up one more than the other, and vice versa.
Which helps with traction.
Yeah.
But does that mean the long-range rear-wheel drive version was bad? No, it wasn't bad. It was very similar to my Xpeng G6. It's good, but the difference between having the air suspension and not having it, I think is absolutely worth it. So
$9,000 difference. You're getting a lot.
You're getting a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. I mean, the brakes, the engine, the battery, the suspension. That's a lot for
that is, isn't it? Yeah.
So what are you going to get for your money, right? If you pay the extra $9,000, now guys, I'm not telling you to do this and buy it, but I'm just explaining, justifying why I've done it. If you pay the extra $9,000, you get the air suspension. You also get the bigger brakes and the Akebono calipers. Yeah, so the brakes are a big upgrade. You get leather seats, 21-inch forged wheels, and the tires are significantly bigger, which is great for handling. It's going to suck when I've got to replace them. It's going to be much more expensive than tires on other cars that I purchased, but you get better tires and you get better wheels. The wheels are also lighter because they're forged wheels. They're lighter. And remember, forged wheels being lighter is actually a big benefit because rotational weight is significantly more important than just overall body weight of a car. So rotational weight is something that cyclists and triathletes always really focus on. So having forged wheels really does help to reduce the weight in the wheels. Now, of course, as I mentioned before, it does have a lot of power as well. It's got 475 kilowatts. So that's one of the differences between the rear-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive. Getting a lot more power, 475 kilowatt versus 250 kilowatt for the long-range rear-wheel drive. And even though the long-range rear-wheel drive has 250 kilowatt, it'll do 0 to 100 in 6 seconds. It honestly felt slow in comparison to the all-wheel drive. 6 seconds, 0 to 100, that's not a slow car, but that's the way it felt. It honestly felt like, oh, is that all it's got? That's how I felt. And now, don't get me wrong, it's not slow, but that's how you're going to feel. When you come out of a car comparing 3.8 seconds versus 6 seconds, it's a pretty big difference. For me, the other thing to think about is the fact that air suspension can be raised significantly. It can be raised to about 234 millimeters. That's the height of a Subaru Forester, which is a car that's actually can cope quite well off-road.
So guys, we're in sport, everything, except for suspension is the very high setting. So that raises it to about 230 millimeters, is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Which is actually about as high as some cars that are like a Subaru Forester, cars that are more intended for off-roading. So from the videos that I've seen in China, the off-roading ability is actually really good.
It is very, very good.
Yeah.
We took it here to the four-wheel drive park and did all of our green sectors and our blue sectors, which are quite aggressive even with a purpose-built four-wheel drive.
Yeah, really.
So this handled it quite well. Obviously, its only downfall was the road tyres.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So even though this car is not set up with the right tires for off-roading, I still think it will suit me perfectly. I sometimes occasionally drive on the beach, so I do a little bit of off-roading to get to the beach sections, and we try to look for waves sometimes doing that. So sometimes you've got to drive down these kind of sketchy dirt roads to get to the beach, which I think this car will be more than capable of handling when you put that air suspension in its highest setting. Of course, usually, I mean, when you're driving, normal driving, you're going to put it in the lowest setting, and that's going to make it much more efficient as well. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, Electric Viking, I just saw your video. There's a new Zeekr 7X in China. This is the title. I'll put a link. 2026 Zeekr 7X gets bigger battery, Thor chip, massive power upgrade. And it does. The new version in China, which is not out yet, by the way, I should mention, gets an extra 100 kilowatt in the all-wheel drive version. Does get the Thor chip, which has a lot of computational power, And I mean, it's got a slightly bigger battery. It's 103, so it's got 3 kWh bigger battery. Not a big difference, to be honest. But here's the thing. It won't be out on right-hand drive markets for, I'd say, 12 to 14 months would be my estimate. It's going to take a long time. Remember, this car has taken us 18 months to get to Australia. So if you want to wait 12 to 14 months, you could then order probably the upgraded version with those extra features. The price is going to be higher, I would estimate. But the only thing is, by the time you order that and that comes to Australia and right-hand drive countries, there'll be another version. There will be. This is how fast Zeekr update their cars. There'll be another version. It'll be better in other ways. And then you'll feel the same way then as well. So it's really pointless looking at it that way because there's always going to be a new version. It doesn't really matter what you do. There's always going to be new cars that have better features that have been just basically talked about in China. By the way, it won't be out in China, that newer version, for a few months' time as well. And then it's going to take you, like I said, probably a year from there to get to Australia, I would say. I think the price at $73,000 for this car makes it the best value family car, performance car in Australia. And it just so happens to be able to drive off-road. If you don't believe me about the off-roading, you've got to see it. Zeekr have done some serious off-roading tests in this car. And even though it has EV tires on, it really has incredible off-roading ability. So yeah, if I came to giving this car a score, from what I've tested so far, I actually went on a couple of drives in the car. I got them to take me on 2 successive days. So I have a bit of test driving experience, but from that experience, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, honestly, maybe even 9.5. It's really that good. Hey guys, just had a real good drive of this around this little test track here. Did some off-roading as well, and I can't believe how good the brakes are. You guys ready? I'm gonna brake. Oh, that was actually really good. We doing about 100, braked to 0.
Yep, 4.3 seconds.
Okay. And it felt really strong braking. Felt like a proper performance car. Felt like regen braking was mixed really well with the normal braking. And I'm just really genuinely surprised by how good it was. There's no ABS kick in. So normally you feel that ABS come in and just goes. It didn't happen at all, even though I was really hard braking. The damping is fantastic in the performance setting. It doesn't feel, it's quite a heavy car, 2,400 kilograms. Doesn't feel that heavy at all. Feels remarkably agile on this track. We just did a 0 to 100 test. It was 4.3 seconds. I think we were on about 70% battery. So I've got to see if I can get it to go quicker. Now we're going to test drive. So this is what we've been in. What do you think, boys?
Sick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Better than, okay.
Baby.
Now, we were just filming a video, guys, talking to the boys about how they're experiencing the car. And then this guy comes over to us and he goes, "Oh, is that electric? I don't like electric." And I said to him, "Well, have you ever driven in one?" And he said, "No, I've never been in one before." I said, "Oh, you know, if you get in one, you might change your mind. A lot of people actually do." So then I said to him, he told me he's got a supercharged V8 Commodore. And I said, how fast does it go? And he said it will do 0 to 100 in 2.3 seconds, which is pretty much impossible in a real drive car. So he just made that up. Yeah. Okay, boys, we got to go to the airport now. You ready to go? Okay, guys, we're back from testing the Zeekr cars and going to the supercars, eh? The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.